Hello everyone, welcome to another First Chapter Friday. I will be reading to you today from the book Stung by Bethany Wiggins. It is a book that my film club has made a book trailer of, and I will include some of the just snaps of images from our trailer to go along with the story. Until then though, we can look at the words together. I don't remember going to sleep. All I remember is waking up here, a place as familiar as my own face. At least it should be. But there's a problem. The one-screen carpet's gray. The classic music posters that line the walls are bleached. Their brittle corners are curling where the tacks are missing. My first place ribbons are pale blue instead of royal. My sundresses are drained of color. And my bed. I sit on the edge of a bare, sun-bleached mattress. A mattress that's covered with dirt and twigs and mouse droppings. I turn my head and the room swims, faded posters wavering and swirling against grimy walls. My head fills with fuzz, and I try to remember when my room got so filthy. Since I vacuum and dust it once a week, and why is the mattress bare when I change the sheets every Saturday? And where did my pillows go? My stomach growls, and I push on the concave space beneath my ribs, against the shirt sweat plastered to my skin, and I try to remember the last time that I ate. Easing off the bed, I stand on rubbery legs. The carpet crunches beneath my feet, and I look down. I'm wearing shoes. I've been sleeping in shoes? They're old lady white nurse shoes, too. Shoes I've never seen before, that I have no memory of pulling onto my feet and tying. And I'm standing in a sea of broken glass. It glitters against the filthy, faded carpet, and I can't remember what broke. A breeze stirs the stifling air, cooling my sweaty face. The gauzy curtains that hide my bedroom window lift like tattered ghosts. Jagged remains of glass cling to the window frame, and certainty creeps into my brain. It seeps into my bones. Something is wrong. Really wrong. I need to find my mom. On legs barely able to hold my weight, I stumble across the room to the doorway. Sunlight streams through the bedroom windows on the west side of the house, lighting the dust in the hallway. I peer into my brother's room and I gasp. His dinosaur models are broken to bits and strewn across the faded carpet, along with his Star Wars action figures he's collected since he was 4 years old. I leave his doorway and I walk to the next door, to my older sister's room. College textbooks are on the floor, their pages torn and tattered over filthy carpet. The bed's gone, and the mirror above the bureau is shattered. Dazed, I walk through sunlight and dust, down the hall, trailing my fingers along the paint-peeled wall to my mom's room. Her room is just like the other rooms, faded, filthy, broken windows, bare mattress, and a word I don't want to think about, but force myself to admit, abandoned. No one lives here. No one has lived here for a long while. But I remember Dad tucking me in a few nights ago into a clean bed with crisp sheets and a pink comforter, in a room with brand new London Symphony Orchestra poster tacked to the wall. I remember Mom checking to see that I dusted the top of my dresser. I remember Lissa leaving before sunrise for school, and Jonah's Star Wars music blaring through the house. But somehow I'm alone now, in a house where my family hasn't been in a really long time. I run to the bathroom and slam the door behind me, hoping that a splash of icy water will clear my head and wake me into a different reality. A normal reality. I turn on the water and back away from the sink. It has dead bugs and a rotting mouse in it, and nothing comes out of the rust-speckled faucet. Not a single drop of water. I brace my hands on the counter and try to remember when the water stopped working. Think, 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 I whisper, straining for answers. Sweat trickles down my temple and I come up blank. In the cracked and dust-coated mirror, I see a reflection, and the thought of being abandoned slips away. I'm not alone after all. She is tall, with long stringy hair and gangly, like she had just had a growth spurt. She looks like my older sister Lissa. She is Lissa. And maybe she knows what's going on. Liz? I ask, my voice scratchy dry. I turn around, but I'm alone. Turning back to the mirror, I carefully wipe away the dust with my hand. So does the reflection. My muddy eyes stare back from a hollow face, but it's not my face. I take a step away from the mirror and I stare at the reflection, mesmerized and confused. I slide my hands over the contours of my lanky body. So does the reflection. The reflection is mine. I stare at myself, at my small breasts and curved hips. The last time I looked in the mirror, I didn't have them. I touch my cheek. My heart starts hammering again. Something mars the back of my hand. Black, spiderish, wrong. I take a closer look. It's a tattoo. An oval with 10 legs. A mark. Conceal the mark, I whisper. The words leave my mouth without me even meaning to speak them, as if someone else put them on my tongue. And yet I know in my gut that I must obey them. I pull open the bathroom door and I sigh with relief. Some of Lissa's makeup is in it. I take a tube of flesh-colored stuff and open it. Concealer. That's what Liz used to cover her zits with. I remember her putting it on in the mornings before she went to nursing classes at University of Colorado, when I was 12 and wishing I were as old as my big sister. I remember everything from back then, my sister, my parents, my twin brother Jonah, but I can't remember why I have a tattoo on my hand, or why I have to hide it. I can't remember when my body stopped looking 13 and started looking like a woman's. Outside the bathroom door, the stairs groan, a sound I remember well. It means someone is coming upstairs. For a moment, I am giddy with hope that my mom has come home. But then dread. Dread makes my heart speed up, because what if it isn't my mom? I take a wide step around the spot where the floor squeaks and tiptoe to the door. Opening it a crack, I peer through. A man is creeping up the stairs. He's wearing a tattered pair of cut-off shorts, but no shirt, and his hair is long and stringy around his face. Muscles bulge in his arms, flex in his bare chest, and swell in his long legs and thick veins. They pulse under his tight, suntan skin. Like an animal tracking prey, he leans down and puts his nose to the carpet. The muscles in his shoulders ripple and tense, his lips pull back from his teeth, and a guttural sound rumbles in his throat. In one swift movement, he leaps to his feet and sprints down the hall toward my bedroom, his bare feet thudding on the carpet. I have to get away, out of the house, before he finds me. I should run, now, this very second. Instead, I freeze, press my back to the bathroom wall, and I hold my breath, listening. The house grows quiet, and slowly I reach for the doorknob. My fingers touch the cool metal and ease it open a hair wider. I peer out with one eye. The floor in the hall groans, and my knees threaten to buckle. I'm now trapped in the bathroom. I grip the doorknob, slam the bathroom door, and I lock it, then yank the vanity drawer open so hard it breaks away from the cabinet. I need a weapon. My hand comes down on a metal nail file, and gripping it in my damp palm, I toss the drawer to the floor. The bathroom door shudders, and I stare at it, wondering how long before the man breaks it down. Something crashes into the door a second time. I jump as the wood splinters, and I scramble backward, never taking my eyes from the door. Something hits the door a third time, shaking the entire house, and I turn to the window, my only hope of escape, because there's no way a nail file is going to stop the man who is beating down this door. The window groans and fights me, the catch slipping in my sweaty grasp. As the window grates upward, the bathroom door implodes, a spray of splinters shooting against my back. I grip the narrow window frame just like I did as a kid and swing my feet through. My hips follow and then my shoulders. A hand thrusts through the open window, attached to a scraped, straining forearm. On the back of the hand is the twin of the symbol that marks mine, an oval with 5 lines on each side. As I jump out the window, fingers slip over my neck, gouge into my cheek, and clamp down on my long tangled hair. Fire lines my scalp as the skin pulls taut against my skull. I hang with my feet just above the balcony and flail, dangling by my hair. Somehow, the man's grip slips on my hair, and my shoes touch the balcony, and then, with an unexpected release on my scalp, I'm free. I glance over my shoulder. The window frames a face with smooth skin and hollow cheeks. A boy on the brink of manhood. He peels his lips back from his teeth and he growls, and I stare into his brown eyes. For a moment, it's like looking into a mirror. I almost say his name, until I realize his eyes are wild and feral, like an animal's. When he grips the outside of the window and swings his feet through, I scramble up onto the ledge of the balcony and I jump. My spine contracts and my hips pop as I land on the trampoline my mother bought when I was 11 years old. The blue safety pads are long gone. I'm surprised the weathered black mat doesn't split beneath my feet as I bounce and come down a second time, stabbing the black mat with a nail file and dragging it as far and hard as I can. I jump over the exposed springs as my brother sails through the air behind me. The mat tears noisily beneath him, and he falls through it, like jumping into a shallow pond. And when he hits the ground, I hear a snap and a grunt. I run to the fence that separates my house from the elementary school, and I dig my feet into the chain-linked diamonds just like I did when I was a kid, racing the tardy bell. I clamber up and over the fence in a heartbeat. As I sprint across the empty schoolyard, past the silent, rusted playground, I dare a look over my shoulder. My brother is hobbling toward the fence, his ankle hanging at an odd angle to his leg. His eyes meet mine, and he holds a hand up to me, a plea to come back. A sob tears at my chest, but I look away and I keep running. So I hope you enjoyed the snippets that I included that came from our book trailer. We did the best that we could to make everything that was in the book just the same. Obviously, there were a few things that we couldn't, but it still was, I hope, an enjoyable visual. And please keep reading, because this is one heck of a ride, this book. Have a great day, and see you next week.